During the first lockdown of COVID-19, no visitors were able to come here, and that meant a lot of local jobs were lost, and including a position that I had at Scenic Matavai Resort on a Sunday evening, playing live music to traveling tourists, visitors, guests at the resort. And 2020 was supposed to be a good year as well. I was in the midst of picking up another gig during the week, and that was more money, you know, and that's good for the family. But because of COVID, a lot of things were put back to square one. But what COVID did was it actually now pressure cooked the idea to get it done and to move it into the next phase to go live. But one thing which wasn't part of it was an income. How was I going to make an income via going live? And so went back to the drawing board. I was still gunning to do the 1 hour show. I came up with the idea of selling commercial spots during this 1 hour program. Every 15 minutes was going to be a 1 minute 60-second bracket of commercial breaks. And so I started to sell to the local businesses to expose and promote their businesses to the global market via Facebook Live. And so I was able to sell 10 seconds for $20 each. Over $400 I was able to collect weekly for the first season of this 1 hour show, which was called Rocksteady Live and Direct from Niue, Nukututaha Matamaka Pacifica. I was grateful because I was able to have a little income to bring back to my family. And this was before the government and the Niue Chamber of Commerce was able to look at subsidy packages and wages for everyone here in Niue. And so I was already in season 1 with the show, and I was making a little income, and I didn't want to apply to also get money from those subsidies. I just wanted to be fair. If I was making money, I shouldn't be taking money. But season 1 was about to wrap up, so I needed to apply for that subsidy, and I'm grateful that we did, and I'm grateful to the Niue government and Niue Chamber of Commerce for that financial assistance. So it was a matter of creating another income stream from what else that I had in my bag of tools that I could utilize. And so I felt the urge to not cry about losing an income, but just have to move, get back to the drawing board, get back to finding something else, and being innovative about what was already happening. And because Facebook Live was blowing up with live gigs from musicians, and they were able to really get their talent out, and I knew I could do that, but I also needed to make a little income for my family. And so that's where this platform was born from, and also an opportunity where others are able to come into play as well. During the first season of Rocksteady Live and Direct from Niue, Nukututaha Matamaka Pacifica, an old friend of mine, Inez White, so she was able to reach out and let me know, hey, I work for Shopify now. I believe what you're doing could really work with Shopify, and how we can move your business, move what you're doing into the next phase. I was really excited. I was like, yeah, this is the one. This is a great way to segue to take what I'm doing with on Facebook Live and to take it into our website platform. All these ideas of mine that have been sitting in the back of my head started coming into play, and we're coming into the forefront of what could happen next with Shopify. Since the last 3 months, I've been working with Inez, and she's been a great mentor and a great sensei, really, in regards to helping me find my feet with Shopify and the platform, and the backdoors and the admins and the applications, and the softwares that's needed to move me into this next phase. Shout out to Inez, man. Yeah, champion. And through Inez, she was able to officially make me a Shopify partner. And that also puts me in a position to be a first for Niue, and to be a very, very exclusive part of those in the Pacific that are partners with Shopify. So I'm a Shopify partner merchant. Shopify have given me the tools that I've needed to build a Amazon style platform. And many of you who do shopping online, who know the processes. A lot of people who don't know about Shopify, and I hope that our Niue people and our people in the Pacific and the region will start to pick up on what Shopify is doing. The great thing what Inez has done with Shopify is tell the story of indigenous entrepreneurship, and how us as Tangata Pacifica, as us as Tangata Niue, we are born entrepreneurs. We are born with innovative DNA in us, that the lack of resource is not an option. The lack of resource is just part of the building blocks to being a great entrepreneur. No one knew about the word entrepreneur. It was just part of who we were. Shopify's tools was able to allow me to take all these ideas of mine, these crazy ideas, and to implement them to this digital platform, to the digital space, to the e-commerce space. Over the last few months, I have grown, I have learned, and I'm still learning about e-commerce and about how important it is for a nation, a little nation like Niue, to win on a greater scale, because the spectrum of not just financially being stable in your country, or as a business entity like my wife and I, but an opportunity through that spectrum to know that every stone gets turned, every opportunity, every idea gets looked at and stripped down to the bare bones to know, is it feasible to take it forward? Is it an idea that we can put on the back burner that we can go back to later? All these innovative spaces, I believe what we're doing here in Niue, and what we're doing via Rocksteady, I hope and I pray and I push and I encourage and I entice our own people to jump on to learn this new set of skills that is going to benefit us right across the board. Shopify, as an international entity and a business and a corporate entity, is reaching out to us indigenous people in the Pacific, and giving us that opportunity where we can now grow from the comfort of our little paradise. What makes me different to every other middleman? When I approached the community groups and I wanted to introduce not just myself, but this digital platform, I made sure that part of my presentation to them was the middleman story. We all know there's a middleman in what you do as weavers and what you do as craftsmen. A middleman takes a cut. But what I wanted to introduce to them was, I wanted to reinvent what the middleman looked like, sound like, and what the middleman, on how they dealt with them as vendors. During the presentation, I really sold a story about honesty and the integrity of a middleman. For $100, I should never mark it up past $200. That was one way of me showing them that I valued their work, that the time and labor that they put behind their craft, what I'm doing as a middleman doesn't equate to that. This is Rocksteady's honesty policy in regards to Niue market. Yeah, that was probably the most important part about being the middle person between a vendor and me selling it online. Because I know they will eventually see the cost online. Their family members will tell them, have you seen what he's selling it online? Is he looking after you? And that's fair. I ask anyone who are related to those who are vendors that are going to be on the platform, ask them to ask me the hard questions. And they will tell you that we've had a conversation already, that we've already conversed about what my percentage would be, what my cut would be. The advantages of doing that is from day one, that as me presenting to them as a businessman, as a middleman, that I've put all the cards on the table for them to see. Because when it comes down to it, it's going to be about money. I'm making sure that they're happy financially, and that our cut from our end as a business, that we are happy also. Finding an equilibrium between our vendor and business. This is an invitation to all our local vendors here in Niue. If you are a craftsman, if you are a weaver, we extend an open invitation to you to please approach us at rocksteadyenterprise@gmail.com. We know that we cannot satisfy everybody, but at least we've had a point of contact about the platform, about your position, and about our position. Hope to hear from you soon. We'd like to thank Niue Development Bank and Kiwi Bank for jumping on board and assisting with sorting the track and trace and the postage from Niue to anywhere on the globe. A great opportunity to collaborate, and an opportunity also for me to ask and find out as much information as I can possible in regards to shipping and postage. Grateful as well because we were able to find all the costings from grams up to the kilogram, put that information into the Shopify platform, which has all the tools. It makes it so much easier when you, as a client, when you purchase on the platform, you'll know exactly how much you are paying for and the process of that. The track and trace, when I take it to the post office from Niue to Auckland, the postage gets delivered. When it gets to Auckland, we wait for their system to enter that postage. Once that happens, the system will then sort a tracking number. That tracking number is sent back to Niue Post. That tracking number is then forwarded onto you as a client, that you can track and trace your postage to wherever you are. So please do not expect your purchase to happen today and delivered tomorrow. Take in consideration that the delay will also happen because of our flights, available flights from Niue, and the time it takes to be processed in Auckland before it is processed out to wherever you are, is the service to our people. We're giving our local weavers and craftsmen an opportunity to sell their products to the global market. Remember, no one is coming. No tourists are coming, no visitors are coming. No one is coming and visiting and buying and exporting on behalf of. So this opportunity to share this platform with our local vendors, I believe is our way of serving our people. This is a niche market. You are buying one-off products at a high quality and a high caliber of workmanship. A niche market that you will not find anywhere else. A niche market that you are supporting your local people, your Niue people. Do not expect from the platform that you can buy hundreds of units. The reason why they are one-off products is because it takes time. It takes time and labor of love to make these products. The biggest factor that stands out for me of why this is different is the financial return. The entire country benefits from this. The collaboration with our local vendors and weavers, it's a win-win regardless. If you are buying from this platform, your money comes back to Niue. Shopify were able to identify that because of our Kiwi Bank agency here in Niue, that's a blessing, because unfortunately the other Pacific islands in the region are struggling with international banking systems. So Niue is very lucky because of that. Going forward, every time you purchase from this platform, your money is coming back into Niue. We have an opportunity to really engage and show our locals that there is a financial benefit, not just for them, not just for us, for Niue as a local economy, for Niue as a small nation in the Pacific, that we can run our businesses from our beautiful country, that we can show the region that we can take lead in the e-commerce space. We can show countries that we can participate in our own economy and building and growing our own economy. To know that this platform is going to be serving our people and to be serving our nation, it's a good feeling, and it's a warm feeling to know that my contribution back to Niue is done via this platform.